Kaspa holders, I see you. You bought the block DAG narrative, you believed in scalable proof of work, you watched gas pump, then bleed while everyone else chased AI tokens and meme coins. It's not over, and today I'm going to show you exactly what needs to happen for Kaspa to move in 2026, what the realistic price targets are based on solid, unbiased math, and my personal trading plan, including what I would do if my desired setup never materializes. This is not a financial advice, always do your own research. If you held CAS, you already know the emotional loop. Big hype, big expectations, then long stretches where it feels like nothing happens. Meanwhile, every pump gets sold into and retail starts asking the same question. If Kaspa is so fast, why isn't price moving? Well, here's the uncomfortable truth. Markets don't pay you for being early on good tech. Markets pay you when liquidity plus narrative plus positioning line up at the same time. The Kaspa frustration is valid, I agree. But where there is analysis, there's no frustration. So let's get analytical about Kaspa. Strip away the price action for a moment though. What's actually happening on-chain and in the ecosystem? Let's start from here. Kaspa is a block DAG proof of work cryptocurrency using the Ghost DAG protocol. It processes multiple blocks per second. That's the pitch. Bitcoin level decentralization with modern throughput. Now Kaspa's fundamentals shine in these four aspects. First, it's proof of work. It uses the K-heavy hash algorithm and it's designed to be energy efficient and secure, maintaining the same 51% security guarantees as Bitcoin. The second strong point is they had a fair launch, which means no pre-mine, no ICO, and no venture capital allocations. Every CAS in existence was earned through mining. Third, the monetary policy, which follows a unique chromatic phase emission. Instead of sharp halvings like Bitcoin every 4 years, CAS rewards decrease smoothly every month. And lastly, the near instant finality. Because blocks are produced so fast, transactions are often visible and pre-confirmed within 1 to 2 seconds. But that's not all. Its latest update, Crescendo, was a real deal as it shot up the speed from 1 block to 10 blocks per second. That is big for Kaspa, we have to admit. They also got Kasplix Layer 2, which basically is DeFi on top of the world's fastest proof of work chain. Yet, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Looking at the hash rate, it doesn't look pretty. As the price dropped, the hash rate has shrunk as well since 2025. And the CAS mining used to generate around $100 per day in 2024, but it dropped to $3 and miners just started shutting down because the profitability just wasn't there anymore. But do you know what happens when people leave mining? The security of the blockchain isn't as reliable anymore, as the risk of 51% attack increases. Needless to say, this is not good for Kaspa. Another thing we have to mention is the funding rates. As we can see, the funding rate before the 10th of October was running high, but after that, it's been pretty much neutral. Tell you what, this isn't a bullish signal at all. It shows that the aggressive long positioning has dried up. The market has lost leveraged conviction, and that makes Kaspa vulnerable unless real spot demand steps in. The biggest mistake CAS holders make is thinking best tech wins automatically. That's not how crypto works in the medium term, because price is not a technology contest, it's a liquidity contest. If it has the best fundamentals, even if the network is strong, you still need demand that's large enough to absorb supply and push price into discovery. And demand usually shows up only when the market has spare liquidity and a story it wants to buy. Now, let's see what the charts are telling us. At first look, you can definitely spot that the price is in strong downtrend. It is printing lower lows and lower highs on the weekly time frame. Look at the important levels, guys. We can see the price right now is at a crucial support level where previously it did make a push of over 60%, but the sellers were stronger at the resistance and the price is back at the support again. Now, if we reject from this support and break above the next resistance, that would be a great sign for Kaspa, to be honest. That could bring the token to 10 cents, but the structure looks pretty weak and I suspect we might break below this support. Then if we retest it as resistance, things could turn really ugly for Kaspa holders. Because the next big support is at around 1.4 cents, which is another 60 to 70% move to the downside. We did the technicals and the fundamentals analysis. Now we have to quickly look at the macro analysis. We can see here two conditions that would make Kaspa bullish again. Condition 1, business cycle. This could be seen on the PMI chart. Whenever we get this indicator above 50, most of the riskier assets go parabolic. This has always been the case with crypto too. We had 3 cycles so far like this, and each time all crypto coins were on a big run. 2013, 17, 21, but not all coins that ran in 2017 did the same 4 years later. Let's look at Bitcoin Cash for instance. In 2017, it made a new all-time high and had a parabolic run. Afterwards, in 2021, it did go up but didn't hit a new ATH. The second condition is quantitative easing. On December 2025, the Fed decided it will end the quantitative tightening, but it does not automatically mean we go into QE. The chances now are higher than before that we'll get it though. If the money printer gets turned on again, that will bring in more liquidity into all markets as well as crypto. Let's say we get these two catalysts in place this year. Based on that, let's try to figure out how high can Kaspa go. For this calculation, we would need the total crypto market cap and the dominance of Kaspa. The total market cap right now is at around $3 trillion. At the previous QE, it grew almost 30 times, from 100 billion to 3 trillion. Well, this time it wouldn't probably do that, but it could easily go for a 3x. That would mean a total market cap of all crypto at $9 trillion. The next thing we need is the dominance of Kaspa. Previously, it had reached 0.25%, and right now it's at 0.03%. In order for us to fully develop our calculation, we will take two hypotheses here with regards to how high the dominance could go. The first hypothesis says Kaspa goes to half of the dominance it had at its peak. That's 0.12%. That will bring Kaspa to a market cap of $10.8 billion, with the price setting a new all-time high at 37 cents. In the second hypothesis, Kaspa goes to its previous peak dominance at 0.25%. The market cap would skyrocket to $21.6 billion, and one Kas would trade for the mouth-watering 75 cents. But what if we don't get these two catalysts? What's the price going to be for Kaspa then? I think the valuation of the token would then continue to make lower lows this year and eventually reach the next vital support at 70% below today's level. Trading is about discipline, and I've devised a trading plan for Kaspa that I want to share with you now. Look, I will only buy Kaspa if we get the PMI above 50 and the quantitative easing. If neither of these two crucial factors is fulfilled, I have no intention of touching Kas. But imagine that we get only one of them to materialize. In such case, I'll start buying Kaspa little by little. Approximately 30 to 40% of the total capital I have allocated for my investment in the token. And when, if ever, both PMI above 50 and QE kick in, I'll be willing to deploy the other about 60%. I'm typically very careful when it comes to the exchange that I trade on, and for some time now I've been using Coinex. This is where I also plan to trade Kaspa too. Coinex have been on the market for about a decade, and they offer over 1,000 trading pairs, whether you're looking for spot or high leverage trades. Right now, Coinex offers new users a bonus of $25, and I say that's a great starting point. So go on and hit the link in the description, register for Coinex, start trading, and grab the $25 now. With regards to profit taking, I prefer to ladder instead of exit all at once. My first TP is at the previous all-time high at 20 cents, and I'll sell 30% of my holdings. The next level that I'll sell another 30% is at 37 cents, and for the final 40%, I intend to ride or die to 75 cents. Okay guys, 2026 is going to be a make or break year for Kaspa as well as for many altcoins. To be fair, if Trump's new Fed chairman appointee doesn't start the printer and the PMI remains reluctant to break 50, Kaspa might keep falling lower. But now I want to hear from you. Are you buying Kaspa right now, or are you waiting for the lower prices? Drop your 2026 price prediction target in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to get more analytical content like this. See you in the next one. Ciao.